What's going on? It's Alexander here, back after a decent amount of time, even longer when it comes to recording, with Dragon Age Inquisition. We're here to do this Chapter 2 stuff. And I do have stuff ready. I know how far we're going with Chapter 2. I know, surprise, I'm actually doing Chapter 2. Normally I kind of, forget to come back. Or the save gets corrupted, like in the case of a certain other game I plan on doing in chapters. But it has been a while. I guess I started some missions before I exited. I know I did a few.
Did you see the message I sent?
The Inquisition found several locations where their inventory could be hiding, advanced camps, purpose unknown. If you wish to deal with these ranges, I'm certain Dorian would be pleased. Locations on your map should you pass any on by any on your travels. Orzamar's friendship sigil. You have found a sigil. Sigils can be attached to armors and give special bonuses along with unique hindrances. Our emissaries have returned. Orzamar has pledged to our cause some of the formidable warriors from the Legion of the Dead. According to the king, they are veteran darkspawn hunters, absolutely fearless. The king also graciously offered to share Orzamar's wealth. You recognize the threat that Corypheus possesses. And at Ryder Cullen, we found Magistrate Cammering dead in his home. There was no sign of forced entry, but Cammering has holed up in a closet. Was holed up in a closet in full armor with a knife in his back. Wasn't that a scene from Hard and Hightown? The guard is investigating now, and tell Varric to watch his back, Brennan. Town unsavory parallels. What do we got going on here? Kill the magistrate, awards the crows might tell us who it is. They watch rivalries.
I will arrange patrols to
Support the
ensure
official
it
purple by
stays that
investigation
way.
of the murder. Yeah, probably a good idea.
At your service.
Even answer a request from Hasmel. Commander Cullen, I understand the Inquisition is working with Redcliffe mages. I'm surprised someone from Kirkwall will condone any arrangement with them. But it does put you in a position to aid us. Hasmel's circle sustained significant damage during the uprisings. Rather than follow the Lord Seeker, many of our Templars elected to remain and deal with the aftermath. Our resources are limited. Furthermore, we have loyalist mages with us. Hasmel's people would happily throw them to the wolves, even though they had nothing to do with the rebellion. As it stands, I fear we may fail in our duty to protect them. Sympathize with the predicament. I humbly request our charges be transferred to the Inquisition. Lord's mages remain, but there are ways to travel without drawing notice. Your own Heavenly Pillars will be comfortable working with them. Mages. I'm putting Liliana on that one. Let's see. In between Ostwick noble families, Inquisitor. May I recall we offered your distant relatives and free marches a promise of aid. One branch of your family has asked you to mediate their dispute with another. But their description of events is rather convoluted. It apparently began with an insult during the harvest ball in Ostwick over the quality of their milch cows, and escalated to a pitched battle between 200 soldiers last week. Really, it would do us good to step in, if only to preserve the name of the Trevellians as a whole. Talk between the wounded parties in Malay. It's wise to remove them from their power base for discussions. Contain the fighting. We set both sides down the table once we surround it. I'd rather go Josephine's route on that one. Because the first things first, an apology. I offered the rebel mages safe harbor for Eldon, only to have them drive my uncle out of his town. So I'll admit I wasn't in the best moods when I first met you. I just wanted everyone out of Redcliffe and didn't care who was responsible for what. Now I wish I'd done otherwise. Isn't that always the way? These cultists, Venatori, I think they're called. We have them in the royal palace, or so I'm told, like rats, but with magic and nasty sneers. I don't know what they're up to, but I need to find them and drive them out. Since the Inquisition knows all about them, I'm hoping you'll help. Something, grateful something. Wait, did you just write that? You scribes do this on purpose, don't you? King Alistair. First aid in the manhunt, not only should we help, but everyone should see us doing it. See, I would usually do the quiet one here, but that's actually perfect.
Inquisitor.
The Venatori have mages in there, have mages among them, like sending Templars to help take care of them, and that'll give us boost in standing. But alright, we got a few things to do before we head out. No, it was the store over here. Because I think, remember that sigil is a enchanting thing. I think it's modify? Sigil of the Great Bear. That sounds good, actually. I guess it wasn't that.
What can I do for you?
Talk later.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Alright. Now, I don't know if I did it in the last videos. I don't think I did. But, I think I haven't did like after videos. I do have our, like the masters ready to teach us. Like to where you can get our specialization. I know what we're going for. If you know anything about character builds, you'll know what was following in chapter 1. I always get the way there. Oh, speaking of chapter 1, before we go any further, I'm pretty sure this happened like literally the day after I recorded the last video. There was a developer around the time of the recording that came out and said, yeah, using the horses isn't faster than just walking. But it was like a trick they did with the engine because it couldn't hold going any faster. I found that out and I almost literally canceled the entire thing because of that. Because I was like, that's going to make me look so stupid. I was like, no, let's just go ahead and continue. Alright.
Glad I'm working with you, not one of them. What? Assassins?
Let's see, I'm trying to remember exactly. I think that's who we need to talk to. I think it's hair.
It had a note. Now I am here.
You're here to train me.
Ah, that is it. The Inquisitor wishes to become more than Inquisitor. Perhaps he wishes to walk in shadow, even as he is bathed in light. To save life through inflicting death. Childish notions. The profession of assassin has no time for it.
Your profession has my respect. I'm eager to learn.
Really? We shall see. Let me first say he does not want to be an assassin, any more than he would wish to be a sword or a cudgel. Such are the weapons of others. They lack intent. He must become his own assassin. There is a difference. Let me next say, death has nothing to do with it. Death is the payment, the byproduct. Our way is between life and death. It is a door through which he will send others.
Is there a danger to this?
The trite answer is that there is a danger to everything, but also a use. There is no physical cost, no corruption, only action. He may come to see others as mere things. That can be off-putting.
I know of the Antivan crows and the bards of the game. Are you similar?
They are servants. The Inquisition did not request a servant. They asked for the means. I am a trainer, and as such, I am not tethered. Some find that freedom unsettling. That is my servant.
Tell me the benefits.
Our way is the sudden strike that overwhelms. The leap from shadow and back. We hit where and when it hurts most. In so doing, we send a message. No others invite death so efficiently. That is what the assassin offers.
I'm ready to start learning.
He is willing. Will it always be so? There are tasks, processes, ways to train the mind and body. They require simple motions. First steps. Then we shall see what he may become.
Alrighty. I'm not even going to talk to the other ones. We don't really need them. But, like, before starting this, I did look at since the PS5 has a like how long you played a game, even though I'm pretty sure it's always wrong. It said I played for 667 hours, and I've never once gotten past like the halfway point of the game. But we are looking for one person in particular, because it's about time we get started with that. And then we'll go out and do our thing. Guess there's something here. Oh, did we not talk to Cullen before?
Inquisitor, I've found where the Red Templars come from. They're in Fall Redoubt. The Knights were fed red lyrium until they turned into monsters. Samson took over after their corruption was complete.
How do you know Samson?
He was a Templar in Kirkwall, until he was expelled from the Order. I knew he was an addict, but this... Red lyrium is nothing like the lyrium given by the Chantry. Its power comes with a terrible madness.
The Red Templars swarming Haven were proof enough.
We cannot allow them to gain strength. The Red Templars still require lyrium. If we find their source, we can weaken them and their leader.
I like finding the Red Templars' vulnerabilities before fighting them head-on.
We'll need every advantage against what courses through their veins. Caravans of red lyrium are being smuggled along trade roads. Investigating them could lead to where it's being mined. If you confront them, be wary. Anything connected to Samson will be well guarded.
I didn't realize we hadn't talked to Cullen in a while.
As leader of the Inquisition, there's something I must tell you.
Whatever it is, I'm willing to listen.
Right. Thank you. Lyrium grants Templars our abilities, but it controls us as well. Those cut off suffer. Some go mad, others die. We have secured a reliable source of lyrium for the Templars here. But I no longer take it.
You stopped?
When I joined the Inquisition. It's been months now.
Yeah.
Cullen, if this can kill you...
It hasn't yet. After what happened in Kirkwall, I couldn't. I will not be bound to the Order, or that life any longer. Whatever the suffering, I accept it. But I would not put the Inquisition at risk. I've asked Cassandra to watch me. If my ability to lead is compromised, I will be relieved from duty.
Are you in pain?
I can endure it.
Thank you for telling me. I respect what you're doing.
Thank you, Inquisitor. The Inquisition's army must always take priority. Should anything happen, I will defer to Cassandra's judgment.
That might not be the smartest. Because I feel I'm going to be pissing her off a lot in the coming times.
Did you need something?
You and the Red Templars' leader seem to have personal history.
When I arrived in Kirkwall, Samson and I shared quarters. He seemed a decent man at first. Knight Commander Meredith later expelled Samson for erratic behavior. He ended up begging on Kirkwall streets. He committed further crimes, but managed to evade the Order's justice. Now Samson serves Corypheus as his loyal general.
Why do you think Samson joined Corypheus?
He had a chronic lyrium addiction. He spent every last coin buying it from local smugglers. Perhaps Corypheus flattered his vanity, gave him purpose as well as lyrium. Perhaps that's all it took.
Yeah.
Sounds like Samson had a miserable life.
The Order expelled him, but he had choices. He could have found another path. I don't understand how he became so powerful. Even with red lyrium, Samson's glory days are long behind him.
Anything else before we go off? No, looks like we're
That's all
good.
for now.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend.
Alright. Now we gotta figure out where it is
It's filled to the brim with daggers. Got the strangest feeling. I know someone took it right off my belt, but I can't recall who.
I wonder who that could be. Okay, it's not down there. I know it's on one of these ramparts is where we're going to meet our old friend Hawke. I think it's over here. Yeah, there's Varric. Alright. Create the custom appearance. We're going to try to do that. I know I didn't do that. It's been a while, and I don't want to pull up the thing to try to figure out the face. I could see him growing out his hair quite a bit. I actually... You know what? Considering what happens, that version without the blood's good enough.
Inquisitor, meet Hawke, the champion of Kirkwall.
Though I don't use that title much anymore.
Hawke, the Inquisitor. I figured you might have some friendly advice about Corypheus. You and I did fight him, after all.
This view reminds me of my home in Kirkwall. I had a balcony that overlooked the whole city. I loved it at first. But after a while, all I could see were the people out there depending on me.
You're lucky it was just a single city. I've got half of Thedas.
You're doing everything you can to protect them.
Does it ever get any easier?
I'll let you know. I don't envy you, Inquisitor. But I may be able to help you.
Varric said that you fought Corypheus before.
Fought and killed. The Grey Wardens were holding him, and he somehow used his connection to the Darkspawn to influence them.
Corypheus got into their heads, messed with their minds, turned them against each other.
If the Wardens have disappeared, they could have fallen under his control again.
If that's what happened to the Wardens, do you think we can free them?
It's possible. But we need to know more first. I've got a friend in the Wardens. He was investigating something unrelated for me. His name is Stroud. The last time we spoke, he was worried about corruption in the Warden ranks. Since then, nothing.
Corypheus would certainly qualify as corruption in the ranks. Did your friend disappear with them?
No. He told me he'd be hiding in an old smuggler's cave near Crestwood.
If you didn't know about Corypheus, what were you doing with the Wardens?
The Templars in Kirkwall were using a strange form of lyrium. It was red. I'd hoped the Wardens could tell me more about it.
Corypheus had Templars with him at Haven. They looked like they'd been exposed to the lyrium you describe.
Hopefully my friend in the Wardens will know more.
I appreciate the help.
I'm doing this as much for myself as for you. Corypheus is my responsibility. I thought I'd killed him before. This time, I'll make sure of it. Inquisitor.
You said you thought you killed Corypheus.
The Grey Wardens had him imprisoned. They used my father's blood in a ritual to seal Corypheus inside. But he could still reach out and influence the Warden's thoughts. He sent them after me. And I didn't just think I killed him. When the fight was done, he was dead on the ground. Maybe his tie to the Blight somehow brought him back. Or maybe it's old Tevinter magic. But he was dead. I swear it.
Alright, before we learn more, we're going to end this here. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.